Ahab, Balaam, Obama. What do they all have in common? False prophets. Yes, that's right, folks. I consider Buggy a false prophet. You may be wondering my disdain for this leader. It's not disdain. In fact, I actually like this leader. It's kinda cool. I like how I can cheat out things. However, my disdain does not come from this leader. It comes from the people presenting this leader as if it is tier 1 or capable of being in the top meta. It is not. Every time I explore any kind of deck list or people suggesting decks, everyone always suggests Buggy, as if it is this groundbreaking deck. It is not. Now I don't want to push people away from this deck. It is fun, and it does have some placements, but it's not what people are presenting it as. Full transparency here, I'm also not a pro player, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. So first and foremost, I'm going to go over a little bit about the deck list, just to show what I've been using, because in all the following clips where I go against Buggy games, I'm using this exact list. So, first of all, the law, it searches everything besides Giant and the Maria, basically. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Maria helps ramp, it's a 2k. Zoro helps ramp, it's a brick, trash it with Giant. Usohachi, it rests a 5 or less if you have 8 or more Dawn, which it comes up. This has been really useful, so I run 4. It's -2 Dawn, so it activates this ability for your leader. And you can rest a 1 or less, and you're usually using that for blockers, or you can rest a Dawn that's active on your opponent's side. Nico Robin is the newest card that came from the structure deck, same thing with the Chopper. She is a -2, and you're basically adding an active Dawn. So you're minusing 2 with her, you're adding 2 with the leader, kind of like how the Zoro and the Maria act, except it's a 2k as well. Frankie's here because he's a blocker that -2, activates the leader effect, and you draw 2 cards after trashing 1. It comes up, he's useful. The next card is the Sanji. He's just really good. I don't know why you wouldn't run 4 of this, or at least 3, because if on your 6th Dawn turn, on the turn you're supposed to play this or this, you add a Dawn to your leader, and then he comes out as a 6 cost and activates his effect, killing a 5 or less. It really does come up a lot, and sometimes when you just have this out, you don't even have to add the Dawn to your leader, and you may see that in some of these games, you may not. The Sanji, you're running 4 of this. I don't see why you wouldn't run any less than 4. You're gonna run 4. You're gonna encounter games where you're gonna have to rest a blocker, or you're gonna have to rest something that's trying to protect another character, and it comes up. And especially now, since I'm not running Top Knot, he does come in clutch. The Luffy from EBO2. This is useful. He also comes up in the spot where you want to play this Luffy or the Sanji. So you basically have 10 cards that do the same thing, or 10 cards on that turn. Turn 3, basically, once you ramp. And the new Luffy is on play, you -2 Dawn, or when attacking. You add, you don't add, you give your leader plus 2,000 if your opponent has 5 Dawn, and then naturally this activates the leader effect. So that's basically what keeps this deck alive now. The fact that this makes the leader a 7k base power. And then you can do it every turn when attacking. So on turn 3, I'm usually playing him out, and the next turn I'm returning 1 because you have an option of returning 1 or more. And you're just going to return 1 with the Sanji, then play him out, activate his effect when attacking, and then you have basically 2 7 attacks coming in, on top of your Beer Luffy swinging 7. And then after that, you got the 2 Rush Luffys. This is just if you have the advantage and you have the resources to be able to play a 9 cost for 8 technically, and you can activate the effect, and it doesn't matter. Usually you're just returning 1 because you already have the Beer Luffy out. Plus he draws you a card and he attacks the turn he's played if he gets rushed. And then I run the 10 costs because I feel like the 10 costs belongs in this deck. It's really useful, especially when instances where you need an extra turn and you can abuse him by playing him out, restarting the turn, playing the Usohachi, resting a blocker if they have it, and then you got two swings left over. We'll swing 7 and then you'll swing 12. But that's it. Giant, I think everyone knows what Giant does. It comes in, you'll see it, but that's it. Alright, here's the first game. So, every single one of these clips, you're going to see me go against the Buggy, and I'm going to show you basically why this leader isn't as hype. I don't know about the matchups. I don't know how this works, how the dynamic is, other than I just play against it. I don't really care about the matchups, so this is what I'm just showing. So, first off, I think I mulligan this hand, because there really isn't any kind of ramp. I could search it with a lob. Yeah, see, I mulligan. I get 3 of the Sanjis, the rush Sanjis, which is useful, but sometimes that's just not good. I get 2 ramps, 2 Zoro ramps. I just end my turn and add a Dawn to the leader because there's nothing I can do to go in second. They search for something. I don't know what they're searching for. I don't really care. It's a 1 cost. They find the Kabaji. Okay. They add a 2 Dawn. They swing 7. That's fine. Alright, I get the 9 cost. The 9 cost, as far as I'm concerned, in this matchup, he doesn't really show up that often because I'm really busy resting stuff with the Sanji or killing things with this Sanji or playing blockers to really want to play him. So, this turn I'm ramping. You return 2, bring back 2, and then bring back a 3rd with him. I do it again. So, what I just did there is I had 4 Dawn. I return 2 with him, with the Zoro. I ramp up going 1. I return 2. He brings back 1 active. The Luffy brings back 2. So instead of just getting 2 back, I get 3 in total. And since I have 3 Dawn, and this is only possible on going second, I just spend those 3 Dawn, return 1 with this second Zoro, and since his own effect brings it back active, I don't lose it, and then I just swing 6, because I know for a fact, if I swing 6, 99% of the time they're just going to take the first hit. And there you go. Okay, they start their turn, they get their 2 Dawn, they're at 5. So, them being at 5 means that if I were to get that 6 cost PB Luffy, I can use my effect. And I'll be able to, because I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, going up to 7 next turn, so I can play it out and get my plus 2k on the leader. But as for them, their effect is they trash a card, they rest their 5 Dawn, and they play out any cross-skilled card. So they usually play this Crocodile and Mihawk, and this says if your cross-skilled type character would be removed by your field, by your opponent's effect, you may trash 1 card from your hand instead. So that's basically their protection for their blockers and anything else they have. But their on play is they draw 2, they trash 1, and then they play a 4 or less cross-skill type. So they're basically going to play the 4 cost Buggy, trash another card, and then play out the 6 cost Mihawk. This is every time. I guarantee it. They will play this 8 cost for 5. They play out the 4 with the 8 cost. The 4 cost plays out the 6 cost Buggy, Mihawk, I mean. That's their turn. That's every time. That's always their first turn. I guarantee you, 100% of the time, they're always going to do this when they have the combination of cards. It is very cookie cutter, but it works, I guess. They trash Mihawk, to my surprise. There's that 4 cost I mentioned. They trash another card, and there's the Mihawk. And they trash another card. And they swing 5. I'm just going to give 1. I could have taken it, I just didn't. And I top deck the 6 cost Luffy. By the grace of God, I get the 6 cost Luffy. Anyways, I'm going to most definitely going to play him out. That's a 7k power blocker. I should swing 5s first, then do the Luffy, get them to rest it. So maybe if I wanted to swing into the Mihawk, I do. But I play him out, and I should be able to get the power here. I go down 2, like I mentioned, activate the effect with the leader. Now he's 7k. So now I have 2 7 attacks coming in. So no matter what they do, if they rest the Mihawk, they have to give a card, because I'm swinging 7. If they opt to just take the life, they take the life. If they opt to protect it, they have to give me 2 cards. And then same thing with the Luffy. Here, they're probably going to rest the blocker and then give me 1. Yeah, okay, they gave me a 2k. This is their 7 Dawn turn. They play the Buggy. This basically makes it so that my 3 and 4 costs don't attack. And so now my Zoros can't attack. And then they play the Kabaji, which if they have 2 or more 6 costs or higher or something like that, it gets blocker or something like that. I don't care. They swing 7. I give them 1 because I want to be at pretty high life because they're going to start pumping out blockers and all that. And here I play something. I think I play the Sanji, or at least to rest the Mihawk. I'm pretty sure that's what I do. I'm reading the cards. You're going to see me read the cards a lot because I often forget and I don't want to make a play and then wonder why it didn't work. Like, in a few seconds you're going to see me try to attack with the Zoros because I thought that they could swing, forgetting that the Buggy exists. And so I try to get rid of it. They use the Crocodile and Mihawk's effect. They trash a card and they save it. It's like, okay. So they keep that Kabaji. I'm just going to swing 7. Gonna -2. Give my leader 7. Again. They take a life. This Kabaji is still there. But you know, I still have 5 Dawn. Because I got it back. See, here it is. I'm trying to swing. I can't. Really confused here. And so I think, okay, I'll just swing 7. They're probably going to take it. Yeah, they take it. And then I'm going to kill the Kabaji now. And that's that turn. I could have played the 7-cost Sanji if I wanted to. I didn't, because that small blocker existed. Looking back, that was probably a better idea. But now it's their turn. It's their 9 Dawn turn, I'm pretty sure. They're going to search or something. They find the Buggy. I don't know if it's the 10-cost or... Yeah, it's the 10-cost. Okay. And they get rid of my my Beer Luffy. So they basically bottom deck it. It's gone. They did that for 5 Dawn. Then they're going to swing 7. I think I take this. Oh, I don't. Okay. I don't take it. And then they concede. I thought that this game went on longer. No. They had 1k encounter and then a 2k here. So they had 3. They couldn't stop a 7, which I would have added 1 Dawn to swing 7 with the Sanji. And then when they had 2 cards, I would have swung 9 with this Sanji. And then they would have to block with this Mihawk. And then I just put the rest on my leader, which would have been, let's see, 3, 4. Yeah, I would have had enough. And that's the first game. Okay, here we are, game 2. I opt to go first. You always want to go first with this leader. And I'm gonna probably mulligan that. Yeah, okay. So I have 2 searchers here. This lets me search my deck for the stuff I need because I didn't have really anything I wanted in the last hand. Perhaps I should have kept it because it had the Maria, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me check that. It had the Maria, yeah. So I could have ramped, but I didn't have anything else really. So I keep this because I have to. It's 2 searchers, a 2k, the chopper, and giant. So let's see. Turn 1, I'm going to search. I'm going to probably take the ramp above all else. That 2k Nico Robin. It's their turn. They use their event to search. They're going to find the promo Buggy that freezes the 3 and 4 costs, but also can attack. And so here I'm going to play the Nico Robin for turn 2. She brings back 1 and Luffy brings back 2. So I'll go up from 3 to 4. And then here I'm going to search something. It has to be Straw Hat. So I'll take the 6-cost Rush Luffy. Then I swing 6. They'll usually take this. I don't know if they do. Yeah, they take. Okay. And then I end my turn. They do their Mr. 3 search. Probably going to find something to play out next turn. Okay, it's the Kabaji, the 2k. Different from the other Kabaji that gets blocker. They play Sanji's Pilaf. That's Sanji's Pilaf. It's a 3-cost event that draws you 2 cards, I'm pretty sure. Let me go back. Let's see. Yeah, it draws 2. So it's basically Pot of Greed, but in 1 piece for blue. They swing 5, I take it, it's the first hit. You can afford to do that. And I get the Beer Luffy. So I could play him out. I can play him out. I don't get the effect, but it's usually better to play him out, even if you don't get it. But instead I do the Frankie. I'm probably going to get rid of one of the choppers. Yeah. so I get 2 bricks for that. I kind of get my hand destroyed by that a little bit, but it's fine. Swing 5, and then I'll just swing 7 next. I take it, and then swing 7. They'll probably counter out of this. Oh no, they take it. Okay, so now they're at 2 life, but they got a million cards in hand. 12 to be exact now. 6 Dawn. They have many different things they can do. They'll probably do the Mihawk and Crocodile. Takes them a minute to figure it out. There we go. Here's the 8 cost. Draw 2, trash 1. Basically cycling until they find what they need. Trash the Kabaji. There's the Buggy. It's going to trash itself and a card from hand. Play out the 6 cost, and it'll likely be the Mihawk, the blocker. And there it is. And then they'll likely swing 6 with lead. Oh, nope, they swing 6 at 4. I'll just give it up because no point in saving it. And now I'm at 8 Dawn. I definitely play the Beer Luffy. There's no reason not to. Go back 2. Have 3 active. And now I can swing 9. So, or 10. Or 5. I don't know what I'm doing here. Just swing 9. Because if they want to use the Mihawk, they still have to give up cards. And then I leave 1 up for Giant. I'm generally not going to use Giant on a turn like this until I have 9 Dawn. Usually 10, but 9 Dawn is when you generally want to use Giant. I could be wrong, but that's what I do. They take it. Okay, they're at 1 life left. End turn. Okay, they rest 5, they trash the 10 cost Buggy. You're going to see a lot of cuts in this game because my opponent was taking a while between picking and between turns, so yeah, they play 5 for the 8 costs, then they're going to probably play the Buggy, and then probably into the Mihawk, or into another cheap blocker. Trash another 10 cost Buggy. And then there's the emoji. So that is a, if you have 2 more characters that cost 5, it gains blocker. Okay. And then on KO, if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, you draw 1 card. They probably won't ever get that, but it's there. Gonna swing 8 at life. That's an easy 2k, but I think I take it. Yeah, I take it. Okay. And then they should swing 7 here. Get me to want to get rid of a card or use my blocker. No reason not to swing. And there we go. Swing 7. I give a Usohachi for whatever reason. And, alright. So here I'm going to swing with the Frankie. I think that's because I'm playing the 10 cost. You never swing with the blocker Frankie unless you know you can go for the 10 cost play. So I swing 5 at 5. They're probably just going to give me a 1. Make life easy. Yeah, see this. Give me a 1. I guess I opt to go for the 6 cost Rush Luffy. Okay, well. And then I go 7 at 5, return 2, get 1 active, get 1 rested. Requires 2 cards. And they just concede. Okay, so I guess they just didn't want to deal with it next turn. Maybe they didn't think they were going to beat me. But they had 2, 1, that's 4, and then 5. So that 5 came in counter, and they had 2 blockers. I don't know what to say about this one. This one was weird. But that's just another game. I applied pressure. They played fine. I didn't see any issue they had. They played out the cards they needed. The only issue was that with the second Crocodile and Mihawk, they didn't have the Buggy, I guess, to bring out something else. So that's why they opted for the Moji. Well, that's the second game. This one's not a perfect example, but it is an example. Alright, here's our third game. I get the choice between picking first and second. I get that. 3 searches. Probably not worth it. This time I have a ramp and a search. I probably will take the Sanji. Just pass. They do a search with the Mr. 3. They find the Crocodile, which is the 7 cost, I'm pretty sure. Do another search. They draw the promo Buggy, that 7 cost that freezes 3 and 4s. And so now it's my turn. And naturally you gotta ramp up. So -2, go up 1, and then just swing 7. Also a very cookie cutter turn for me. They take it. There's no point in giving up 2 cards to protect life. You're going to end up having to trash all those. It is a Sanji's Pilaf, so they basically draw 2 cards for free just off their life. Because their trigger activates it. It's pretty good. Now it's their turn, 4 Dawn. They play out the Buggy, which will let them play out a 6 cost, which will likely be the Mihawk blocker. So this is generally their going second turn 2 play. The 4 cost into the 6 cost. They trash a Kabaji, and there's the 6 cost Mihawk. They trash Gravity Blade. I don't know if that's good in the deck. I'm sure it is. I can see a lot more cards being more useful. But I take the life, they swing at me. I top deck the 6 cost Beer Luffy once again. However, I'm not going to get the effect off of them, but I'm pretty sure it's still worth the play. Oh no, I play a Frankie, I guess. Yep. -2 Dawn, trash a card, trash the Frankie usually, and then get my 2 Dawn back, swing 5, and then swing 7. I'll probably take both, or they'll block this with the Mihawk and give me 1 card. Oh no, they take both, just like the last one. And it's another Sanji's Pilaf, so if you didn't catch that, their first life and their third life was Sanji's Pilaf, so both times they got 2 cards each. So now they're at 6 Dawn. Next turn I can start using the Beer Luffy effect. Alright, so they rest their 5, trash the promo Buggy for their leader effect, and they're going to play out, let's see, the Crocodile, the 7 cost, the one that they searched out for, and into an Alvida. So she gets an extra cost if you have 2 5 cost or higher, so she gets that extra cost. But other than that, she draws 3 and you trash 2, so it's just more cycling. So they trash the promo Buggy with her, and then let's see what else they trash. Oh, I guess that's it. 6 at 4, I'd be foolish to save that. And that should be the end of their turn. And now it is my turn. I get another Luffy. I'm just going to play out 1. No point in playing out 2 the next, another one the next turn. So here I should swing 9 and just pass it over. So that if they have to block with the Mihawk, they still have to give me 2 cards. Got a lot of bricks in hand, but I got a lot of 2Ks. That Usohachi can't rest the Mihawk, but it can rest the Moji or the Kabaji, whatever, the blocker. So let's see what they do. They just take it. Okay. and I leave one up for Giant. Um, it's not on I'm not future sighting. I'm not using observation hockey to assume that my top life is Giant. It's just kind of there to make the opponent think that I have Giant, and I'm willing to use it. It's a feint. There is 4 for the Kabaji. Interesting. It has blocker, so I got 2 blockers now. They got 1 life. I have a lot of answers. There is 4 for another Alvida, or Alvida, whatever you want to call her. They can swing with the Crocodile and Leader, but Leader's not going to do anything, and Crocodile's just going to be a 1k to stop it. Can't do anything. And that warrants a 1k if I would want to, and I guess I do. That Sanji would have been good for the Mihawk, but I never get punished and I just top deck another Sanji. So I'm at 10 Dawn. I'm gonna play, I guess I play the 5 cost? Yeah, I guess I play the 5 cost, get rid of the 4 cost, or the technically 5 cost Kabaji. And I'll be able to make my leader 7 again. So I go 9 and 9, is that what I'm thinking? And then leave one up for Giant, quote unquote. It looks like it. They stop it with the Blanker. Gotta give 2 cards. And they stop that, so I could just swing 10. But I swing 9. Pretending like I had 2 Giants. Okay, so they played Gravity Blade after a very long wait. I guess they were trying to find out what they could get rid of. But since my leader gives everyone +1, that 6 cost Luffy is now a 7 cost, so he couldn't get rid of it. Yeah, bottom decks, 2 6 costs. So they end up getting rid of the Frankie and the Sanji. They add 1 Dawn to each Alvida, but they're not going to be able to do anything. Then he adds 1 to the Crocodile. And I think here he realizes, oh, I can't swing, he's at 7. So he goes 8 into 7, I just give a 2k. And all you can really do is pass turn. Skill check, I guess. Here you go 7, probably, or you play something out first. The Sanji, which can rest the Mihawk. You're gonna start seeing this a lot more in other games, where I use the Sanji to rest the Mihawk. Yeah, it's a big 6 cost with 7,000 power, but I'm just gonna rest it with the Sanji and ignore it and just swing into life. So 7 gives me a lot of counter. I guess he just gives up. I don't know. And then it just ends like that. They had a 2k, 4k, 5, 6, 7k encounter. I don't know. I don't know what's up. But that's just another game. As I said, it's not a great example. They kind of didn't have the Crocodile Mihawk on the turn they needed it, I guess. It's in their hand, but it likely wasn't there on the turn they could. Also, these aren't ranked games, so these are just random players. They're potentially new, they're potentially decent, so I'm just showing it off. Here's a game where you start to get a stronger idea as to how Buggy plays, and especially how my deck plays, or this Luffy plays. So I'm going to do 1, search something out. I should get that Sanji, yeah, because it lets me rest stuff, and then just end turn. They do their search, they find their Crocodile Mihawk, and now they're locked and loaded for whenever they need it. I'm going to use the Zoro to return Dawn, to ramp, over the Robin, because Robin's a 2k. I'm just going to swing 6, and then I'm going to do another search, I guess. And then I'm paying attention that they got the Crocodile Mihawk, do another search, and there's my Luffy. They're gonna go 5. I'll probably just take it. Oh no, I give up Frankie. Okay. I don't want to go too far down in life, I guess. They play their 4 into their 6 cost, so they're gonna have to trash the card in hand. They trash a pudding, and there's the Mihawk. And they trash the Sanji's Pilaf. Just go 5. They could free block this, and they do. There's my Luffy for turn 2. And this just opens up space for me to get a 2k out of their hand. Or if they want to take the life, take the life. And they just take the life. And it was a Sanji's Pilaf. They go 6 to Zoro. I think I save it. Do I? No, I just let it die. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes I save the Zoros because it's just an extra swing. And I do that especially for leaders that can't really handle a lot of attacks. Buggy, it's kind of 50-50. But there's the Crocodile Mihawk. They're gonna likely play the Buggy into another Crocodile Mihawk, but we'll see. Oh no, it was an Alvida. So now they're gonna draw 3, trash 2? Yeah. And now it's my turn. So here I can just do the Sanji play. Use the card action, only get rid of 1, and then rest the Mihawk. This way I don't lose 2 Dawn trying to get rid of 2. Because the leader effect only works once. So now that's 7. They can't use their blocker. So they have to use cards in hand if they want to stop it. Go 7 with the Sanji. Let's see what they do. They 2k, 1k, or they whatever. And then I'm going to go 8 lead. So that's going to require two 2ks, but they take it. So now they're at 1 life on turn 4. Eight Dawn. Looking at their cards, just reading them passively. They go 7 to 7. I take it because I'm afraid they're going to swing into my Sanji or my Luffy, and I don't want to lose the Luffy especially. But I can afford to take a life. It's not that big a deal. And once again, I'm fainting Giant. Make them think I have it. But they have 8 Dawn. They have a lot they can do. 5 is definitely always going to their leader effect. And so they'll have 3 to monkey around with. So let's see. Trash a Mihawk. They Crocodile and Mihawk. That might have been a misplay, who knows. They trash a Buggy. They play out the Buggy. Trash a Pilaf. And there's another Mihawk. So they have 2 blockers now. And they have 2 Crocodile Mihawks. So that's a pretty intimidating thing, because that's 4 7s potentially. Especially if I go down really low in life. Because they're not afraid to swing with the Mihawk blockers. Especially if they're going to go for game. There's no point why they wouldn't. But I give a 2k, because they swing 8. And so I have 9 Dawn. I'm just going to do another Sanji. Render one of those blockers useless. Return 1 Dawn again. Rest it. And there we go. Now I have at 4 7s swinging at him. And then do the Luffy effect. And I'll have 3 active Dawn left. Give me 2 2Ks. Here comes the 7. They rest and block. I go 7. They gotta give me 2 cards. They take it, and here I think, okay, let's just swing 10. I won't die next turn. I have 4 king counter. I shouldn't die. And that's it. That was a clear game as to what they can do, but with all those Sanjis in hand that I got, it's just, and plus the leader getting 2k from the Luffy, it just makes it really difficult to deal with. And they had that 10 cost Buggy to get rid of it next turn, but I got to them before they could even do that, considering doing that. But that's the 4th game. Alright, here's 5. This is my opening hand. I believe I'm going second. Yeah, I'm going second. Yeah, that's an easy mulligan. I got a search. I got 2 ramp cards now. Well, technically 4. Probably a 2k. Or the Rush Luffy. Yeah, the Rush Luffy's fine, I guess, too. Add 1 to leader. Yeah, give the Law an extra cost. It doesn't matter. Not in this matchup. They're going to be searching with the Miss 3. They draw the Dracula Mihawk. I'm pretty sure that's the 6 cost. They swing 7. I'm usually always going to take that first hit. And now I'm at 4 Dawn. I'm going to go up to 5. I'd be really dumb to use the Robin, but I think I play the Maria instead. Okay, they take the 6. Yeah, I do the Maria. I guess I want to abuse the Dawn usage this turn. So I go down, go back up to match my opponent at the end of my turn. Because the Maria reduces my Dawn until I have the same amount as my opponent. And then my leader just brings back 2. So I'll always ramp if that's the case on the first time I do that. They did who knows what there, and I have no clue. Actually, let me go back there, because I'm a little at a loss for words as to what all that was. They trash a card. Okay, they play out the 7 cost Buggy, and I guess that plays out the 6 costs. Play up to 1 6 cost or lower cross skill type character. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. I forgot about that. They get 2 for 1. They get what is it? 13 Dawn worth for 5. It's not bad. They're at 5 Dawn, so I can definitely do the Luffy effect because they went first. Go down 2. I'm at 7. I know they're not going to swing with the Mihawk blocker. They can't swing with the Buggy, so I just swing 9. They're likely just going to take this. There's no way they don't. Up, they block, and I guess they're going to give me 3k in total. 2k, 1k. Pass turn. They're at 7 now. Let's see what they do. Okay, trash a Mihawk and Crocodile to play out Crocodile Mihawk to play out the Alvida. So far, not bad on the opponent's side. You know, I'm sure they wish they had the Buggy to play out another Mihawk, but it's whatever. They're gonna go 7. I probably counter out of yeah, definitely counter out of this. Give them 1k. I have Giant now finally, and here I can. I should do the Luffy, the 6, and then return the 2 rested with the other Luffy. Yeah, swing 7 at 5, return 2, get him back, and then I'm not going to use the EBO2 Luffy effect this turn. That's more for endgame, trying to finish my opponent off. It'd be really foolish to try to do that now. Swing 8 with him, not use the effect. That's 2 2Ks, they take it, and then swing 9. So if they have to use the Mihawk, they still have to give cards. And they just take it. So now they're at 1 life, turn 5. Now it's their 9 Dawn turn. They have quite a few things. They're most likely just going to swing with the Alvida, their leader, and the Crocodile Mihawk. But we got to see what they do. So they do 5 for the Buggy. They get rid of my Beer Luffy. So now I can't boost my leader. And I don't lose the power when he's gone, but I won't be able to use him next turn because he's just gone from my field. They swing 11 at 7, and I have to save that. I feel like saving it. I can save it, and I do. So I just trash the Chopper using Giant, get it to 12, and they can't really do anything else. I said they can't do anything else. I said they can't do anything else. I guess they're contemplating. There you go. So I should be able to do a few things. I don't remember what I do here, so I'm going to have to figure out what it is. Frankie, probably trash the Zoro, draw some cards, stall out the game a little bit. I don't trash the Sanji because the Sanji can be useful to get rid of the Alvida if I get rid of the Crocodile Mihawk. So, likely swing 7. There's also an example of where Frankie's useful. You just an easy draw 2 and get a blocker. And then if I add a Dawn to my leader, he becomes a 5 cost. He's a little bit more difficult to get rid of. I have 6 Dawn total. I'm trying to math out what I could swing, I guess. I go 8 to their leader. Needs 2 2Ks, or they can block 2K. Yeah, they block 2K. Then I add 2 to the Rush Luffy. I don't use the effect because I can't. I don't have 2 active Dawn. Go 9. And then I just pass. Now I'm fainting Giant again, which I'm always going to feint Giant just to make them think that I have it. Because they always have to consider that I do have it if I leave the Dawn up, and it really makes the math difficult to figure out. But I am at 5k, I don't have a base power of 7 because my Beer Luffy's gone. And they're going to swing 10. Yowza. Probably just block that. Oh no, I give 2 2ks. It's enough. Kind of prevents them from wanting to swing into it again, but they got that 10 cost Luffy that they could get rid of it with. Block out of it. Keeping the attacks away from my life. But that big 12's gonna definitely take out the Luffy. They should not have swung with the Mihawk. Not at all. Then they go 7. But I guess they kind of knew that it was over. But I don't know. 12 to 5. That Buggy can't swing, so I'm fine. And here you just 10k, I guess. Everything's rested. Checking the math out. They have a lot of cards in hand. This is why I used it, because I get an extra turn. I'm going to swing 6 and then use the Luffy effect, swing 6, and then I get an extra couple of attacks. Because they do have a lot of cards in hand. I'm very fickle. I want to make sure I win if I'm this close, because next turn I'm guaranteed to be dead. I should go 10 and then go 12. And that should end the game. Yeah, see, 10, 11. I'm too lazy to do the math to figure out whether they could have stopped at 15, but there you go. Always make sure I put GG. Don't be an ass and make fun of people. But yeah, that's the next game. Alright, this is the last game I'm gonna show, that, and especially that I have saved of going against Buggy. As you can see, I lost another game. I don't know who it was to. I'm pretty sure it was a Buggy, but anyway, it was like the 1 or 2nd loss I had out of like 9 games. I do have a couple more games where they were really short and not worth showing, but this is the last one because my computer's just screeching to have to delete all this storage. So let's see what I get. Probably gonna mulligan that, or I could keep it. It's a lot of 2Ks, and I do have the search. It's really tempting. Yeah, I keep it. That's 4 2Ks and a 1K searcher. So I'm just gonna be looking for the Beer Luffy if I can find it, and if not, it's the Rush EBO2 Luffy. 1, and there's the EBO2 Luffy, and I take it, add 1 Dawn to leader, and pass. So while I don't have the Beer Luffy, I do have that little bit of pressure, and you know, it's a 5 and then a 7K swing. On not the next turn, but the following turn, because next turn I have to ramp, and I will likely use the Maria, if anything, because I do have 2. And if it gets down to it, I can minus a lot of Dawn, and then bring it all back. If they're also at 10 Dawn, that's usually the only time you can do that. I do get the Beer Luffy off of life. That's nice. Probably will prioritize the next turn. Yeah, so since I went 2nd, I'm going to add 1 Dawn to leader, swing 6, they take it, do the Maria effect, add 5, end of my turn, go back down to as many they have, and then go up 2 because of my leader effect. A lot of bricks, a lot of counter. They have a lot of cards. They have 5 Dawn, so they can do their effect. They'll likely do it. Trash a Crocodile Mihawk, play the Crocodile Mihawk. They'll trash another card, play out the 4 cost. If it's the Buggy, then we know they're going to play out the Mihawk. They trash another Crocodile Mihawk, meaning they probably have another one. That's 2 in trash, 1 on field, and I'm going to assume 1's in their hand. And they played this promo crocodile, which says, during your turn, on play, if your leader's type includes Cross Guild or Baroque Works, play us up to one of your opponent's power, 2,000 power or lower characters to the bottom of the owner's deck. So that perfectly just got rid of my Maria and just completely threw off what I was trying to do with the Dawn usage and all that. So because I decided to be funny or try to be funny, I should have maybe have gone with the Nico Robin because she could have stayed. But, you know, no crying over spilled milk, I guess. Swing 5 into 5. That's fine. Just give him a 1k or take it. Probably just give him a 2k. The Usohachi. I probably would have gave the Robin, knowing myself today. That's 7 Dawn. Definitely doing the BPLuffy Luffy effect. No reason not to. You have to invest a little bit extra to try to swing into it. And there we go. Probably go 9. And there we go. Yeah, but that promo crocodile just threw me off when I went through this. I do remember that. 7 Dawn. 5 Dawn's gonna go to their leader effect. They have 2 7k swings and a 5k, so let's see what's up. Probably go 7 3 times, because they'll have 2 Dawn left over. They do a search with Mr. 3, and they draw a Buggy, but I don't know which one, because I just refuse to scroll on the left hand side and I just don't pay attention 50% of the time. Oh, okay, so it's the probably that one or some other Buggy. I don't know. I don't care. They play that 7 for the Buggy, which plays the Mihawk. So they're doing pretty good. They trash another Mihawk. So this is definitely probably the quintessential Buggy turn on curve, playing everything out properly. But they will only be able to swing 6 with lead, so it's probably worth investing that Dawn on the Crocodile Mihawk or the Crocodile. Which I'm sure you guys noticed that in other games you saw them not swing with the Crocodile Mihawk. I don't know what that's about. They're probably just new, just forgot. I don't know. Oh, they just pass. Okay. I would definitely, if I were them, I would have definitely put some pressure because I would have to give a lot of counter. A lot of my cards would be in the trash because of that. But I'm just gonna arrest the Mihawk. It just doesn't bother this deck. I'm starting to think that it is in my favor, this leader's favor. And it probably is in retrospect. But here comes 3 7s at minimum. I'll probably go 9 with lead just to give everyone +1. So if they decide to go with Gravity Blade or something, they can't get rid of the Luffy. They end up having to attack into it. They give me a 2k, 1k. I go 8. I go 8 into the Mihawk. I wouldn't have done that. I'd rather have gone into life, but that's fine. They did lose it, so their hand's probably bricked, and 8 into life, that's fine. So now they're at 2 life, turn 5. I do have Giant, and I'm prepared to trash the Rush Luffy if I need to save my Beer Luffy. They play 5 for the Dracula Mihawk, and then draw 2, trash 1. They did the leader effect for the blocker, which is fine. They should have likely have gone 5 with lead to play out the 10 cost Buggy that's in their trash. Unless that's what they drew off the Mihawk. But they get rid of it anyways with the Sables or Sables. They put it back to hand, which sucks, but I can just replay it and get the effect. It's not as bad as getting it bottom decked and you don't have one in your hand anyways. But now I have 2 Giants, and I have 10 Dawn, so it's a no-brainer. We play out the Luffy. Get my Dawn back. Probably go 9-9 or 7-7 and play the blocker, but that's, I don't know. The Frankie just doesn't seem worth it right now. If I do Frankie, I'm not using his effect, if that's the case. Go 7. I don't play everything out and then attack because there's a chance that life always gets rid of something on your board. And on top of that, with a lot of Dawn active, makes your opponent think, okay, they're going to swing a bunch with their Dawn. You got to keep them guessing. They get a trigger, and I lose my Beer Luffy again, so they played it from their hand, and they had one in life, so that kind of sucks. But I swing 7 at 5. They still have their blocker, so they could block at 1k. They block 2k because that's probably all they have. Definitely Frankie now, looking back. I wonder if I do that. With Frankie, I'll have 1 Dawn for lightning. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it should be good. Dawn turn. They can do a lot. They could, honestly, they could probably invest a lot of Dawn into their swings, which they could, which would be worth it. And then save 5. If they have another Mihawk. I keep wanting to say Mihawk blocker. Do something. Because you got 1, 2, 3 attacks potentially. They can all be a 7 or above. And then still have some Dawn left over. But they play the Buggy. 10 cost, which is going to get rid of something. It's going to bottom deck something. Probably the Sanji, all things considered. After some careful deliberation, they get rid of my Frankie. They still have 5 Dawn left. They have at least 3 swings still. They definitely should not swing with that Mihawk. That'd be mistake number 1. And then, since both my leader and my Sanji are at 7, it's probably worth going after my Sanji character. Just to get rid of it. But I do have Giant in hand, and I do know I have the Dawn left up. Go 7 into 7. Give a 2k, because I do want to save that Sanji in my hand. And now I can confidently give a 2k. And then I'll go 9. I should Giant, yeah. Get rid of the Beer Luffy. Get another Beer Luffy because I'm never punished. And another Giant. They got a blocker though, but no cards in hand and 1 life, so it's really easy math here. And it also depends on what I draw next. So I draw the Rush Luffy, so it's definitely swing 7. Then swing 7, and then Rush Luffy, swing whatever. They have to block or they have to take. They take it. I could play the Sanji, which would likely have been a better bet. But I get 2 swings with the Luffy, and I have it in the deck for a reason. So I go 7. That card, 1 card in their hand's not going to be enough. I get rid of 2 Dawn. My leader's going to bring back 1 active. They have to block. They block, and then I doubt they 1k. Yeah, it just dies. And then you attack, and they can't do anything about it. It's over. And that's it. That was a lot better on their end. Plus the promo Crocodile threw me off. But this is generally how I handle Buggy and how I usually play this deck. Obviously, there's some changes. If I don't play the 7 cost Sanji, I usually play the 5 cost or play a blocker. But that's basically how the deck works. Here's the deck list one more time in case you guys want to copy it. I owe a lot of the way this looks to a few channels that I'll have linked in the description. And this is definitely my first video on this channel. I wouldn't expect too many more videos to show up. Excuse the inconsistent uploads. I kind of just get the wins of commitment to making a video when I'm between sessions or seasons or whatever of school, and this time I pulled the trigger and I actually made the video, especially now that I have these in real life. But yeah, excuse the fuzzy mic and the speech impediment, but have a good one.